It's real breakfast hours. Eat breakfast if you up.
Today's breakfast is... I had an English muffin with an egg and some strawberries.
I had an English muffin, 3 eggs, and some sausage.
Welcome back to another episode of Real Breakfast Hours.
Going for 5.
5. Oh my goodness. The next one we won't be able to do it on one hand.
Oh. Go like this. It's going to be crazy.
It is pretty
Real
crazy.
milestone.
So we do have some breakfast submissions. We have multiple today. I think so far we've really only had one person per episode, but we've got a number today.
Yeah. Do you want to do
yours?
Mine first? Okay, so we have a returning fan, our good friend Darren, aka Jugs. He submitted his breakfast, which is spicy beef ramen with some eggs on top. Looking pretty good.
It looks delicious.
Yes, I would very much like that. And then we have a submission from another friend of mine who has not submitted before. He goes by Gren. That's his short for Greninja, the Pokemon. Sometimes we call him Grenjamin, just because it's funny. Yes. He submitted buttered toast breakfast sandwiches with bacon, pork sausage, onion, hash browns, and cheddar cheese. It looks pretty good, very intricate for a breakfast sandwich.
I was gonna say, that's pretty nice. I bet you'd like that.
I would like that. It looks pretty good.
I like hash browns, so I might enjoy it too.
Thanks, boys. I appreciate it. Thanks for your support.
And then got one from my parents, sent in their breakfast this morning. So it looks like they had a couple of eggs, some toast, some bacon, and orange juice. A real classic breakfast.
Classic breakfast. It's our first submission from someone over 30, so.
And also from someone on my side. One of my friends / family. So we got one. Y'all better really step up. Send me your breakfast. Some of my friends were saying, well, I don't really have exciting breakfast, or like sometimes I just have a protein shake. I don't care. I have a smoothie sometimes for breakfast, and that's it. Or like a banana. Just send me a picture of your breakfast.
Crollo submitted like a bagel one time, so come on, it's not about the quality of the breakfast. It's that you're eating breakfast if you up.
If you up, yeah.
So I need to know that you up.
I need to know that you're up, so you better be eating breakfast.
Better be eating breakfast. Come on, very important.
I love that. Well, what are we gonna talk about today?
Well, the first thing maybe would be I have a correction.
Oh, yes.
One of our dear friend Ben, he watches this show. Thank you, Ben, for your support.
Send us your breakfast.
Send us your breakfast. Come on. But a couple days ago, he said, oh, by the way, you made a point in Real Breakfast Hours, either 1 or 2, I can't remember, about venison and eating domestic deer and the things of the like. I had said that maybe part of the reason that you can't sell deer meat is that it would encourage overhunting. However, Ben had suggested that due to the pretty stiff regulations in place for hunting season, it would be quite difficult to overhunt the deer. So that probably has nothing to do with why you can't sell the deer meat. Thank you, Ben, for your insight. So I retract that it would be
affect the deer population.
Yeah, I guess it won't affect the deer population, unfortunately, as funny as that meme was.
I mean, I guess it depends, like, which law came first kind of thing. Like, I think if you had been able to sell it before they put in the regulations, then it would have.
Yeah.
But with the regulations, it wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, the hunting regulations are very important for the ecosystem and just being able to maintain a healthy population of the animals. Even for deer especially, they get really overpopulated if people don't hunt them, which obviously then reduces the health of the deer population as a whole. So hunting is good for their ecosystem. It's the same reason that you have to introduce wolves back into like Yellowstone, for example. But at the same time, if you then kill a bunch of them, you're going to have the opposite, equally bad effect. So it's all about balance.
Yep.
And selling the deer meat apparently will not affect that balance as long as the regulations are observed.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben. Send us your breakfast.
Send us your breakfast. Yeah, we kind of had talked about, soon enough we're going to start just naming names. Specifically for my friends, but I guess you guys are off the hook for this week because my parents sent theirs in.
Is that enough to quell you? You don't need to name drop a friend?
I think I just need at least one friend a week to send me one, so if I don't get one next week, I'm calling someone out. This is a threat.
Yeah, it's going to be the 4th Crollo breakfast next week, I'm sure, and none of from Michaela's friends.
Yeah. And which was really funny. We went out to eat with my parents last night. So they came to see us.
Very lovely.
And it was good. But my dad was like, yeah, I only care about the parts of the podcast where the cat is in it. Which has been like a minute each in 2 episodes, so...
Yeah, one of them
Thanks, Dad.
I think he was rubbing up against us, and the other one he started climbing you. And that
he whined the one time.
Right, so we picked him up. And that was the extent of your dad's attention span for real breakfast hours.
My mom said she liked listening, though, so... Not all bad.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mom. Dad, stop.
Do better?
Do better. Something that we could talk about just briefly, a little like girl corner, if you will. First of all, Jimmy Choo, which is like fancy, expensive designer shoes.
It's fashion, right?
If you're a real High School Musical fan, you'll know.
What does that?
I'll put it in. But, okay, in High School Musical 2, great movie. Potentially the best of the 3. Sharpay Evans, in one of the first songs of the movie, not the first, of course, but one of the first, it's pretty early on in the movie, okay? We're at the country club, and she's singing that she wants everything to be fabulous, right? And she says, bring me my Jimmy Choo flip-flops.
Touch me, my Jimmy Choo flip-flops.
Fabulous is from the second movie?
Yes. See, we need to watch it so you can
fabulous,
be on...
Fabulous,
yeah.
That is my simple request.
Which, Maine gets a shout-out in it, so, you know, as a kid, I was very excited about that. I don't know why it's turkey from Maine and not, like, lobster from Maine, but sure.
I can only assume we have a good number of turkeys. I don't know how many turkeys there are outside of New England, though I'm sure in Virginia, for example, there's got to be turkeys.
Right? I don't know. I just kind of assumed they would, like, be throughout the U.S., and I figured there would be, like, another state that does more turkeys, which I'm sure there is, but, like, apparently enough from Maine that it was in the song. Or maybe it just rhymed good with what they were going, and they just said that.
I would assume any state with significant forests probably has turkeys.
Yeah. So that's exciting. I would love these shoes, but they're like $1,500. So I don't think that's in my budget.
No.
I think my dad would kill me, and my bank account would cry.
You and I use my student loans to buy some Jimmy Choo Sailor Moon shoes?
All I'm saying is it would be a power move. It wouldn't be a smart move, but it would be a power move. Those
shoes are definitely for stepping, though.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those.
They're pretty cool. They look like what the characters wear, so that's awesome. But you know what? Here's like a call out to people who have maybe a small business of shoes that like make shoes. How about you just like do this at a way cheaper price? Because I mean, like one of them is literally just like a red heel. I think you could get away. Like, how are they
That's
gonna?
Mars, right?
Yeah. How are they gonna copyright that? You know, they can't do anything if you make a red heel. And like a pink boot. That's not exactly groundbreaking stuff. So all I'm saying is if you make it, you give us like a little, like like maybe a star or a moon on it or something. That's like you don't even have to get the official collaboration, right? You can just make it work. Because if there's something I have a problem with, it is designer brands like Gucci, Coach, all these expensive brands. Like, why are you charging $1,000 for a t-shirt?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It makes sense that somebody else could replicate these with, I would assume, relative ease. However, is it officially Sailor Moon if it's just a red heel? I mean, it's only Sailor Moon because it presumably on the inside says Sailor Moon, or somewhere on there, and maybe the packaging, it says certified Jimmy Choo Sailor Moon collaboration. Otherwise, it's just a red heel that you could get anywhere. Yeah,
well, then I'm going to need another shoe brand to get a deal with the Sailor Moon people to make a cheaper version.
Some Adidas Sailor Moon shoes, some Converse. So there's got to be Sailor Moon Converse out there.
There probably is, but I don't want Converse. I want these shoes, like the ones that look like what they wear, but I just don't want to pay $1,500 for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like anyone can make a heeled boot, not Converse, because they don't do boots. They do sneakers. But
that one is Jupiter, right? I didn't realize Jupiter wore boots. I thought she wore heels too.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, we could get a Jupiter Doc Martens collab.
Good. Those would be expensive too. Not $1,500.
Not $1,500. It'd be like $100 or $200. That'd be fine. You know, I could rationalize that, but I can't rationalize over $1,000 on a pair of shoes.
Not at this income bracket.
Yeah, you have to be dummy rich too, which is, you know, eat the rich. You know, so.
It's one of those things that there is really no reason that you need to spend $2,000 on a pair of shoes. However, when you have enough money to literally use it as toilet paper, you can spend $2,000 on whatever you want. So it might as well be shoes. It's not that a shoe ever needs to cost $2,000. It's just that you don't care.
But that's just like, I don't know. Someone make a commentary video about this. I don't have like the time or the energy, but like, there's something about it's very Marie Antoinette. Like these designer brands are making literally normal clothes at an exorbitant price just so the ultra wealthy can buy them and feel like, ooh, I'm special because there's only like 100 of these made. I have one. It's like, I could get a t-shirt anywhere. Like, it's literally, they don't have some magical technology. It's just you're buying the brand name, which is, there's something there. There's a commentary there. It's just, I don't know. I hate it. Eat the rich, whatever. Even like if I was, well, I'm never going to be ultra wealthy, but I am in med school, so I'm going to be better off than I have been once I actually like get a job as a doctor. It'll be like, you know, a big pay raise or whatever, especially from now where I literally am living off of student loans. But like, I'm not gonna just time to waste $1,000 on a purse. No, first of all, if I wanted to spend $1,000, I'm gonna get like 10 cheaper purses for $100. Like, why? Like, I could get one for $1,000, or I could get 10 for $100 each, and then have 10 purses that I like.
I vaguely agree, but also a little bit disagree. If and when we became very rich, you don't want to buy some stupid status item?
It would have to be something that I wouldn't get it just for the status. It would have to genuinely be something that I like. Like, okay. And Kate Spade, I would say, is more on the lower end, I think, of the name brand, luxury, designer, like, fancy stuff. But they have these heart purses that are so cute. They're like $200. So, like, that, or maybe $300. I don't know. I always see them on sale, so I, like, think they're more affordable. I don't know if the original price is more expensive, but I really want one of those. I would get something like that. Or was it Coach that we were at and they had the silly, like, T-Rex dinosaur stuff? Like, that's kind of cool. I probably, if I was rich, I probably would have gotten some of the stuff we saw there.
Buying a $500 Coach purse that everybody looks at and goes, oh, wow, that's a nice Coach purse, because they all know what it is and they see the brand. It's one of those things where you like to feel seen and that people are envious of you. It's very vain, but, I mean...
I was going to say, I just don't like the precedent of that or the mindset of that, because for me, I would rather, if I want to be noticed, I just want to be noticed for like my fit, and not because I'm wearing all Gucci, but because, oh my god, she's wearing like a full pink outfit, or like she's looks kind of like out there, but like it looks good. Like, I have that Hello Kitty outfit, that's so good. People were like, whoa, I got the big steppers from Doll's Kill, those big boots, and then my like Hello Kitty suspender dress thing, and like strawberry purse, a strawberry shaped purse. Like, that's the kind of thing I want. Like, I just want stuff that is kind of almost camp, and like that's how I would like to stand out, rather than my t-shirt is Gucci.
Yes, there's a lot of that stuff. Supreme is a perfect example of this, where it's literally a white t-shirt that says Supreme on it, and it's $90. Completely unnecessary. That being said, when we were at the Gucci store, there was some stuff on there that was really nice looking that you wouldn't have found somewhere else, but it was $500.
Yeah.
So there are certain items that maybe aren't Like, they don't cost $500 to manufacture. However, you won't find a knockoff that looks anywhere near like it. So you kind of just have to pay the price. These shoes are not that. You can find a pink heel boot anywhere, I would assume. Or at least somewhere that doesn't cost $1,500. And you could get a white t-shirt anywhere that certainly doesn't cost $90. But you're not going to find that dinosaur Coach bag anywhere else.
Yeah. So I did like that. But that's what I'm saying is, like, if I was going to get an expensive bag, it wouldn't just be the generic Coach bag. It would be one that, like, has a fun design on it or something. Because I think it is stupid to buy. I mean, I guess, like, do your own thing. I know some people do still, because it is seen as like a status symbol, so people will like save up for like a year or something. Sometimes people that are more like make money like we do, and then they buy themselves like a fancy Coach or some bag like that. And I get that, but I just think it's kind of
fashion especially is very flippant. I'm not sure if that's quite the right word, but I think it more or less captures what I'm trying to say with price and the value of the item that you purchase, because you might buy a Coach bag and it's in style this year and its value holds, and then next year it's old, so it's worth less. But then in 20 years its value might go back up because now it's a collector's item because they only made 500 of these dinosaur bags. However, you can have something on the opposite side where a PlayStation 5, for example, is $500 or $600. I have one. She has one. The PlayStation was, for a while there, very hard to come by because it was people were scalping it and things of the like. Very gross. However, we got our hands on one and we didn't have to pay the scalpers because Sony was doing damage control on that, and they were sending people emails to buy them, and you could like get in line on the Sony website. And Best Buy, for example, some of the first-party vendors were still selling them for their actual market value. And some of them were only letting you buy one at a time. Me, her, and my sister were all on the phone trying to each get a PlayStation 5 in their, I wanted to say inventory, in their cart for me. All three of us were trying to get me a PS5. Me and Michaela both got one in our carts, and she said, "Oh my God, do I just buy it?" Because at the time, she didn't even have a game system. She just had a Nintendo Switch. But she was playing... We play a lot of Smite. She was playing Smite on the Switch, and it played terribly. It would crash every other game. It was bad.
Every game it crashes. And, by the way, Hi-Res, you're not watching this, but... If you were. Have they even been doing the Olympians thing since we applied that one year? Ever since, I didn't see anything about applying to be an Olympian.
Well, it was pre-coronavirus, wasn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, a few years ago, they had this Olympian thing, which is this program where normal players I think they kind of get a say, or they can, like, act like a... What's the word? Liaison or something, a representative for people. Anyways, there was a Switch one. There was, 3 or 4 people that applied. So I was one of them. There's, 2 other guys. The guy who won, wasn't me, wasn't even a Switch player. He was like a PC or a PlayStation player or something. Yeah, he was a PC player that, he has it on his Switch, or he sometimes for fun plays. No, at that time, I was exclusively playing on the Switch. If you were not exclusively playing on the Switch, how would you even know about how crappy it was to play on the Switch? That every game I played, it crashed and all this stuff. So I think... that made me mad. I don't even think if you were playing on another thing, you should be able to go for that. I think it should have been, you exclusively play on this, or you most of the time play on this, then you can be. Because otherwise, then it's just, I have a Nintendo Switch, but I always play PC, but, I'll say I play on the Switch.
Yeah, the way that it worked was that you would submit yourself as wanting the Olympian slot, and what an Olympian does is for example, are parts of the community where just the player base, right? A Olympian is supposed to be a mouthpiece for the player base who speaks directly to the developer team. The way that the voting system works is you submit yourself, and then other people would vote for you. Your name would be in the pool, and then the more it's like writing in somebody on a ballot. So the more people that write your name down, you get those votes. The problem with this system though it may also have been intentional, is, for example, if you are a Xbox player, you submit yourself, and maybe you're a streamer, and you have 5,000 people who all watch you stream. You can speak for those 5,000 people as an Olympian to the developer team. But when you're playing on a Switch, nobody is streaming Smite from their Switch. There is no Switch streamer or popular Switch player that can speak for his 5,000 viewers. So instead, it became random Switch users like Michaela submitting themselves and then getting her 5 friends to vote for her. Meanwhile, somebody who plays on the PC and has his own viewer base and can speak for his 5,000 fans
who don't play on the Switch.
Right. It says,
he's PC.
Right. It says, oh, well, I also play on the Switch, so we might as well submit me for that one too. And then gets the Switch Olympian because there's no competition. There's no real competition other than random Switch users who couldn't possibly have a following.
Yeah. So that made me mad. But ever since, I haven't seen anything about it. So I don't know if they discontinued it or what, but...
They still have Olympians. It's just not, we haven't heard about it as much. But anyway, we're kind of getting off topic. The only reason I brought that up and the PlayStation up was to mention that when you pay $500 for a PS5, something that I use every single day, it's great value, great bang for your buck. It's one of my main hobbies is playing on my PlayStation. Or I could spend $500 on some Coach bag that I'll carry around periodically, which...
And, the thing is when you have something that expensive, you don't even use it that much because it's I don't want to ruin it, right? Versus, the PlayStation, you use it every day because that's what's... you wouldn't buy a PlayStation and not use it. And you get so much more value out of that because, the amount of you play it is probably, it's, cents, basically, per hour that you paid, basically. You know what I mean?
I bring that argument up a lot for video games. Video games are expensive. They've kind of always have been, though I guess years ago they were a little cheaper. For example, I believe Pokemon Platinum was $40, which seemed reasonable for a DS cartridge.
Well, I remember when I would get the DS games, especially the Pokemon, it would be $25 or $30.
Yeah, they were not that expensive, though. Now, if you buy, for example, the new Pokemon game,
60.
Scarlet and Violet, it was $60, which is a full price modern game. A Call of Duty costs you $60. Though now on the PS5, things are costing you closer to $70, which, it is becoming more expensive, which is frustrating. However, you could spend $40. If me and her decide to go to the movie theater right now, each of us buy a $10 ticket, and then we get $20 worth of popcorn and snacks. That's $40 to go watch 2 hours of movie. Or we could go to Six Flags, and each ticket costs $60, and then maybe we spend 5 hours there. Or I could spend $70 on a PlayStation 5 game that I could end up putting anywhere from 10 to 1,000 hours on. So the bang for your buck is definitely present with video games. It is expensive to get into, but I really think for your hour, your money, the value of your money is very good.
Yeah. So that was just a little thing about the Jimmy Choo. Sorry, that was
we talk about shoes and we ended up advertising for Sony.
Everything. The other thing was that last weekend when we had prom, which was fun, I had gone out after we filmed Real Breakfast Hours to get makeup and stuff, and I wanted a new contour thing. I wanted to do either cream or the drops, the liquid, because I just see people on TikTok using that, and before I was using a powder, and also it's kind of hard to use the powder on your nose to contour your nose. So I went to Sephora and I got, it's an Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick. I don't remember my shade. That's fine. I'm just telling you that it's good. I like it. So if you're looking for a contour stick to try, maybe try that one. The Sephora was out of a lot of stuff, so I don't know if it's what I would have got if other things had been in stock, but because so many things were out of stock, that's what I got. But I'm happy with it, and I like the packaging. It's very sleek. It's a black little tube, kind of like a lipstick almost, but it's very nice. So it's my makeup shoe corner, I guess.
Yes. Now that we've talked about shoes and makeup, it's time for football. Yeah. In football, Super Bowl is literally tomorrow. Very exciting stuff. We went over the Super Bowl last episode, I believe. Eagles, Chiefs should be very exciting. But more importantly than that, because we've already discussed the actual game, snacks. There's going to be snacks. You always have to have snacks at the Super Bowl. What are we munching on?
Well,
tomorrow?
I'm gonna make some chicken nachos. I made them once before, just like for fun. Well, actually, I made them for New Year's, right?
Yes. Yeah, I believe.
And they were delicious. So I'm bringing them back for that's perfect Super Bowl food. I didn't even know like if anyone's coming over. I kind of told a few people that if they wanted to, they could. Maybe I'll have to put out a more formal invitation.
APB, anybody who wants to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'm making that. Maybe we should get some Totinos.
Yeah, we'll have to stop at the store probably after we're done with this and pick up some pizza rolls or mozzarella sticks or something. Just, a little extra to go there. I have a 6-pack in the fridge. I don't know how much drinking will be going on because it is a Sunday, and I believe you have a test on Monday.
Yeah, although I usually have 2 tests on Monday. The first one got canceled. They're not canceled, and it's not even really a test. I mean, it is a test because I have to, know what to say. It's more of an oral thing where there's a list of questions, and they're like, tell us about male reproductive anatomy, or tell us about pericarditis, or something like that. I don't know. There's, different things that they ask us about, and we have to, be able to speak about it for a few minutes out loud.
She's going to have to talk about balls for 3 minutes straight.
Yeah. That's really how it be. But this week, we don't have it because the past few weeks, we had a snow day that canceled one of them, and then because of the really cold weather last weekend, a pipe burst. So it was this Monday we didn't have it, or this past Monday we didn't have it because of that. Well, we had it on Zoom, but obviously we didn't do the test thing over Zoom, and they just kind of lectured at us for a while. And it was also very last minute on their part because the thing that they were closing the building it's in for the day was only put out at Sunday night. So they were scrambling. And then, so we're just behind on the dissections and everything. So they're like, yeah, no, it's a progressive quiz, I think is what they call it or whatever. But anyways, I don't have that. So I only have 1 test on Monday to study for.
So maybe this much drinking for her. It'll be
I don't even like beer
more.
though.
We have other things to drink.
Perhaps. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know that I will. But I will be enjoying some delicious nachos.
And getting very crazy to the Super Bowl and also hopefully some commercials. I'm holding out hope that the Bud Knight will make a return this year. I miss the Bud Knight. He was one of my favorite parts of football commercials was seeing the Bud Knight.
Wow.
Thank
you, random person.
Somebody just set their car alarm off outside. I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but very cool. Thank you. Also, Tom Brady. Talked about him last time. Always talking about good old Tom Brady. We love Tom in this house. But he will be joining the Fox News sports analysis team with a 10-year, $375 million contract. So hopefully this coming season, he will be casting games. He'll be on the booth anytime there's a Fox News or Fox Sports game coming on. We're going to get to hear Tommy speak, which if he's half decent, then it should be very exciting. Tommy's branching out, it seems like, because he also produced a movie about himself, sort of, recently called 80 for Brady.
Oh, he had something to do with that?
He was the executive producer or something of that movie. And it's just 4 80-year-old women in Tom Brady jerseys at the Super Bowl a couple years ago. And they're getting absolutely crazy in the stands for Tom Brady and doing weird dances and stuff. And there's a couple of scenes in the movie where Tom Brady is actually in the film and he's doing the Zoolander thing at the camera, my genuine reaction.
Stop.
That's what Tom Brady does in the movie, where he just looks straight into the camera and smolders at them, and then says a couple of lines about, "We're gonna win this game." So he's kind of ego stroking himself a little bit, but it's in the funniest way possible. So good for you, Tom Brady. I hope you keep doing weird stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Also, as we talked about last week, it is the Eagles versus the Chiefs. Ahead of time, Philadelphia is potentially greasing their poles ahead of the Super Bowl. Because of course they are.
Yeah, because win or lose, Philadelphia is about to get nuts.
So, sorry, Philadelphia. Godspeed.
That's some bad news for Philadelphia. Good news for Philadelphia. I have a cousin who lives out there. Him and his wife are now expecting their 4th baby. We just found out today, so... Congratulations. Stay out of the streets.
Stay out of the streets. Don't go out there. It's a hazard.
Yeah, it's literally a health risk to go be in the streets of Philadelphia tomorrow. I'm praying. She's got the article pulled up on her computer, and it's a bunch of pictures of previous years and previous games of people climbing on the street lamps. There's a sea of people in the streets, and this guy is standing on top of a light. Just, it's bad.
You know, that does remind me, though. I think that's happened at a few Maine days. Sad to say. So we both went to the University of Maine.
Go Blue.
In Orono. And yes, go Blue. We love our alma mater. But there's this thing called tradition called Maine Day, where it would be a Wednesday towards the end of the semester, and you'd get classes off unless it only met once a week.
It's like a
then
week
you'd have
or
to go.
2 before finals usually.
Yeah. And so you get the Wednesday off. In the morning, they have a bunch of community service events and like projects. And historically, there was a parade. And then during the COVID years, there was like, it got weird, and then they didn't do it. But my senior year, they did have the parade again, which I was in, which was fun. And then in the afternoon, you know, they would put on events on campus. Like, they'd always have food trucks come. I love food trucks. I love food. So that was my favorite part. But a lot of people would go to what's called the Ave, which is a apartment complex not right next to campus. And they would go crazy in the parking lot of the Ave. And I think some people climbed up some the light poles sometimes. So I guess it's not only a Philadelphia thing. It's mostly probably just a I'm drunk thing.
Well, it's that I'm drunk and I'm passionate about like sports and activities, because a lot of other towns and cities do get very crazy of sports. Sports is... Say what you will about the enjoyment level of sports. Yeah, I felt like Stone Cold Steve Austin, says the guy who climbed the pole. I'm sitting there slamming beers, had Broad Street cheering me on. The crowd was raging. It was unforgettable. Incredible. But say what you will about your enjoyment level of sports, but nothing brings a city together like a Super Bowl, it seems like. Yeah. Especially if you're Philadelphia.
And also, they're like canceling Maine Day this year.
Barbaric.
They're making it on Maine Day week, which... The name itself doesn't make sense, right? Maine Day week? What do you mean by that? And there's not a single day that people have off classes. They always advertise it as a great chance for us to give back to the community, which is true. If you have the day off and in the morning you can go do community service, and you have the
sororities and the frats, like they would do that, right?
We always did. Like my sorority, a lot of times we would clean up the park. So, you know, we'd be raking leaves from that had fallen in the fall and picking up any trash that we saw. And other sororities and frats and clubs in general would do different things. They do trash pickups. They do like cleaning up around campus. I'm sure like there's a number of things they did. I don't know for sure because I just always did what my sorority was doing. But safe to say, like, it was a great opportunity, and there was a lot of community service that went on that day. But if none of the days you have off of class, I mean, some of our days in undergraduate, you had full jam-packed days from like 8 to 4 or 8 to 6 or 8 to 7. Like, you had maybe an hour break, and then you would have to eat then. So how are those people who have really full schedules going to do community service?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. And it's so sad because Maine Day on a Wednesday, no classes. And sometimes they would have food trucks and stuff down near the steam plant parking lot, which is right next to the water. And I'm sure if you lived in New England, especially Maine, you would know all about that sweet seasonal depression. The campus is very dead in the winter
Yeah.
because everybody's inside because it's 10 below and there's 3 feet of snow and the sun is gone and it's like the second semester, the height of classes. It's nobody's outside. But usually towards the end of April and especially by main day, the sun is out. It's warm again. The campus is like super populated outside. It goes from nobody's outside except for the people walking to class in misery to, I don't know, it's like
People are just hanging out on the like quad. You know, we
Like,
call it the mall, but
life has been breathed back into the campus in ludicrous fashion, and main day is the peak of that. Everybody's outside. Nobody has classes. Everybody's day drinking. Like, we would walk around and they were making burgers and stuff. We just go up, you get a cheeseburger, and you pull. I mean, you have to hide it, but everybody knows that you're doing it. And you pull a beer in a other container out, or some vodka in a water bottle or something. And you just
legally you don't. But
legally, nobody does that. However, everybody does that, and it's loads of fun. And now I fear that nobody will get to do that, and it is sad that we are some of the last people that really got to enjoy that.
yeah, and from what I heard, they really didn't have much student input on when they were making this decision, which is just really sad. And I hope, we're obviously not there, but I hope that there has been protest or some sort of protest put on by the current students, because it's just such a good, it is a good tradition. It's something that we always advertise. Like when I would give tours and stuff, we would talk about it. Admissions would talk about it. It was just like a great fun thing to look forward to. And you did do community service, and then, you know, in the afternoon you have the afternoon off, and you're like right before finals. It's the perfect time to, it's like a mental health day, you know, or just a day to have fun right before you're really about to get into the height of your studying for the semester. Having a week, like, I can't imagine you don't get a break.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any day off. So I don't think they'll have as much community service, and I don't think it will be good for the mental health of the students, and I don't think it will be good for morale.
No, this is a blow for sure to the student morale and enjoyment of the semester. We both met. We went there. We met there. We fell in love there. All that lovely stuff. We love the University of Maine. We go to the hockey games. We went to homecoming this past year, and I would like to continue doing that stuff. I want UMaine to be a part of my life forever because I loved it there. And it is sad to think that other students who come and go might not like it as much as we did because they're lacking main day, which was a huge part of the year.
Yeah. And you're right, too, about the, like, if you are in a northern climate, or if you end up going to college in, like, New England or somewhere where it's, like, gets really cold and snowy and gross during the winter, there comes a day in, like, February where they will be 50 degrees out and sunny. The sun will be out. You would literally feel the weight of the seasonal depression lift off of you. It's incredible. It's a false spring. You will get more snow after, and there will be more cold to come. But it is nice when it happens.
Yeah, and I'm not even somebody who would call themselves, like, depressed or something like that. But there really is a physical difference when the sun comes back. It's pretty wild and consistent.
Yeah. So what else we got?
Let's see. I wrote down Valentine's Day, and I wrote down that the new Harry Potter game is very immersive. So we can talk about Harry Potter. We can talk about something you've got. We could just briefly touch on what we're doing after this.
I guess we can start with what we're doing after this. So there's a little cafe or coffee shop that we're going to. It's very nice. It's so cool. I've never really been to a coffee shop, and I walked in there. So on Tuesday, me and my classmate went there to write up a, like, summary report thing we had to do for a project. So we were just like, okay, we'll skip lecture and we'll do that and we'll get it out of the way. Because it's not actually due till, like, March 3rd or something. But we had done the other part of the assignment, so we were like, let's finish it. And I stepped in and I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Plus they had really good, like, they had all these lattes, and I got a hot chocolate because I'm not much of a coffee person. And I was not, like, You know when you get a cappuccino or you see someone get a cappuccino and they do the latte art on it, or like a latte, I guess. I thought that was just a latte thing, but they did it on my hot chocolate. I got a little. It was. I'll have to put on a picture, but it was so amazing. So I was like, we have to go. Maybe I'll edit Real Breakfast Hours like while I'm there, or I'll work on a story or something. It really feels like the perfect spot to it feels very cinematic. This is perfect spot for a writer to be working on their story or something, you know? So I really love that. So we're doing that.
Yes, and then when we're done there, we'll go to the mall, hang out there for a little bit, do some shopping, and probably hit the grocery store on the way home just briefly to pick up some Super Bowl snacks, as we'd mentioned previously. I don't know, just chill out tonight. I had mentioned to her earlier that I kind of just wanted to spend the day together today because Valentine's Day is on a Tuesday, which is unfortunate, but I also have a job interview that day, so I don't know, it just felt like a weird day to try to do Valentine's things, so I said, let's just do it on Saturday. Let's Saturday be Valentine's Day. So that's what we're doing. We're going to spend all day together. And then it's the Super Bowl tomorrow, so
Yeah.
that's that.
Thing.
Just wanted to briefly mention the Harry Potter game released yesterday on the PS5. I know for some people they pre-ordered it and they got it a couple of days early. I've only put in an hour, maybe an hour and a half into it. I've loved it so far. It's very immersive. I loved the Harry Potter books when they first released. I read them all. And then when the movies were coming out, I went and saw all of those in the theater. You know, whichever ones were in the theater at the time that it made sense to go to the theater, I saw them. Otherwise, I would just watch them on DVD or something. Loved Harry Potter, always have, but then there was kind of a lull for a while where there was not really any Harry Potter content coming out, and the Harry Potter content that did come out was The Crimes of Grindelwald and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which does not at all hit the same way. I don't care about Grindelwald or, you know, all that expanded stuff. I don't want to watch them chase Grindelwald around London. I want to be within the walls of Hogwarts. That was most of the magic for me, anyway, that I was a kid, and there was magic going on, and other kids got to be wizards. It was very fun. I know I'm a grown man now, but that doesn't mean I forgot how it felt to be immersed and enjoying Hogwarts.
Yeah.
The new game is out, and you go in, and they put the sorting hat on you, and it does suggest a house for you if you answer a couple of questions, but just like Harry did in the book, you can actually tell the sorting hat which house you want to be in, and it will take that into account. I always thought that made sense because if you were brave enough to ask for Gryffindor, well, that made sense. Gryffindors are brave. If you were smart enough to know that you can ask, well, that makes sense. The Ravenclaws are smart, you know, etc. So anything that you ask for, it makes sense within the lore that, well, only a cunning person would think to ask to be in Slytherin, right? So it's explained away pretty easily. We took the Harry Potter house test recently. I got Slytherin. She got Ravenclaw. I got Slytherin in the game. All right. I have always wanted to be in the Slytherin common room because it's underneath the lake that Hogwarts is situated next to. And playing the game, which has beautiful graphics, and waking up inside of a bed in the Slytherin common room and then walking down the stairs through a tunnel with water coming down the sides and all these green marble and sandstone roofs or ceilings, and then you come out to a room with a big old window and there's fish and people talking about, oh, maybe I saw a mermaid. It was very immersive. It was everything that I as a kid always thought it would be. So I'm excited to see what the rest of it has. So yeah, at least for my initial opinion hour of the game, it's very good. Recommend it.
I haven't played yet, because I haven't had time, but, and he just got it yesterday, and then, you know, we had a lot going on, and we played another game. We played Smite, so I haven't tried it yet, but I think it would be cool to see that stuff. I know there's a lot of controversy around it, because J.K. Rowling, but, I don't know.
The words of J.K. Rowling do not impact my ability to look at the video game and be like, wow, this is fun.
Yeah, it's more that people say, like, you're supporting her because she gets money from it. But I guess, like, I don't know. She's gonna get the money anyways.
Right, and while that might be true, that she has said or done things that you personally, that, you know, the consumer might not like or agree with, if you let the words of the artist prevent you from enjoying the art, that's only you are the one who is suffering in that scenario. J.K. Rowling doesn't care if Mike doesn't buy her game. Especially because she didn't even develop it. She just owns the IP, so she gets royalties or whatever for them using it. But I want to play a cool wizard game. If I prevent myself from playing cool wizard game because some British lady said mean things on Twitter, I'm the one who loses in that situation. So, I'm just going to play the game.
So I guess the next thing that we have, we're going to go into a little kind of newlyweds type game, I guess. Mike suggested this. It's take this couples quiz to see how well you know your partner. So I was thinking we both have our phones, so we'll open up the notes app and we'll like write down our answers to each question, and then we'll try and like show it and we'll see who was right. And then I guess how are we gonna keep track of how many points? I guess you can like
You
also
put a little tally. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out, it's fine.
So
we're going to ask the question out loud.
Yeah.
And then we're going to draw the answer and then turn it to the camera so you can see.
Yep.
Make sure your brightness is turned up enough so they can get a good look at it.
Yeah. So the first question has some warm-ups. So the first one is, what's your partner's favorite TV show?
Let's go with of all time, and that. Why? Would you want it to be currently airing TV shows?
No.
You don't watch TV.
No, I mean that I feel like top 3 is okay because like you have a lot of shows that you really like.
Yes, just make it an answer that they would go, yeah, I might give that answer if somebody asked me. It doesn't have to be the exact right one.
Okay.
Like, the next one is, what's your partner's favorite book? If your favorite book is one of the Harry Potters, but they get the wrong Harry Potter number, I feel like that's still the right answer.
Well, yeah, I would just say, like, Harry Potter, like, the series or something, you know? If it's a series, I would go by that. But I'm just saying, like, okay, for a favorite TV show, there's 2 that I'm thinking of for you right now. That's why I'm like...
Well, you better write one down, and then we're going to see if it's right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to write both of them.
I hope I'm right. Okay, I've got mine. Hopefully it's legible. It's kind of hard to write with the finger on the screen.
Hard. Okay, the top one is what I would like go with, but I wrote both of them because I just want to see.
All right, ready? Reveal them. Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad? I put American Horror Story.
I don't think so.
I don't know if those are mine either.
What?
Favorite TV show? I would have said Ben 10.
Oh, not Ben 10. I was thinking about cartoons.
I said verbally all the time or animated.
Okay, well, I guess neither of us get a point
Now,
then.
I will tell you that Game of Thrones, or excuse me, not Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad is one of the best TV shows ever made. That doesn't mean it's my favorite.
I thought, well, you always talk about it that you really like it. That's why I thought you really...
Yeah,
and, like,
really
you have, like, Game of Thrones stuff.
Yes.
Wow, okay. Mine, I think I would have said The Good Place.
I almost put The Good Place, but I wasn't sure if you liked American Horror Story more, especially because I don't care for that show, so I don't watch it with you.
The problem with it is that, like, the season 3 is one of my favorite, like, things I've seen all time, but, like, a lot of the other seasons I don't like as much, so I think I couldn't give it to American Horror Story, you know? Yeah. Versus, like, I enjoyed all of The Good Place. There wasn't a single episode that I thought was bad. Like, I love that show. Plus, it's just, like, very meaningful to me. So, I guess neither of us get it for that one. Well, now I don't know about this favorite book.
It's okay. Let's, here, what's your partner's favorite book?
Oh, man. Okay.
I should probably increase the size of my writing utensil.
Oh my god. I can't remember the... Okay, hold on. I don't know the name, but I'm going to explain it.
I'm making faces over here. I've got my answer already written down.
Okay, ready?
Ready? Reveal them. What do you have?
Those dragon books from when you were a kid.
I have The Great Gatsby.
No.
No, I know you, but you love The Great Gatsby.
I do. I think I would have to go with Hunger Games.
And The Last Dragon Chronicles, my favorite in the series, being called Icefire. That is, again, one of the ones that is definitely in the conversation. I probably would have said Dante's Inferno for myself.
Oh, God, you're so right, too. You know what first came to my mind, though, was just funny? I was going to say Warhammer, and I was like, no.
Those are not...
I know. But I was like, I know you like them, but I
I
don't think it's your
love the
favorite.
Warhammer books, but no one Warhammer book does it for me more than Dante's Inferno does.
Yeah. Okay, what food does your partner like to cook?
Also, I will tell you, though, you got pretty good points on that one because while I'm still erasing mine,
Yeah, I know.
sheesh,
Sorry.
maybe
I'm
I should
sorry.
make my eraser bigger.
Yeah, make your eraser real big.
But I do love The Last Dragon books. They're very good. I recommend them. But
I didn't know the name of them. I just know you've talked about them before.
yes,
When we were at
so
your house.
I actually might give you like a point on that one because it's close enough.
Do I get a point?
Yeah, I'll give you a point.
Do a little.
Okay.
What the heck wasn't it? Give me. Oh, right there. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Burgers, I'll give her. We each get a point there.
I love fried rice. I was learning yesterday. We were talking about like GI infections. Did you know? I think it's a bacterial one you can get from fried rice.
Whoa.
I was like, that's devastating to me personally.
Terrible.
Oh yeah, you're the next one.
Okay. What's their favorite color? This is easy.
You have like 3. I know which one it is though.
Pink and blue.
Yeah.
Easy.
Which is surprising because you're also like he's very red as a person, but his favorite color is blue.
I wear a lot of red,
Yeah.
but blue is my favorite color.
Where did you two meet? Oh,
Easy.
that's super easy.
How come it's taking you so long to write this?
I know, sorry.
Yeah, I just did it at college.
Wow, I was more specific, but we both know.
It's the same answer. It's just in different words.
Yeah, that's why it took me so long. I was just writing down the party. Oh wait, I need to give myself a point for that.
Yes.
Okay, I feel like these ones are too easy. We can just say it.
What color are their eyes? What
Blue.
Does your, blue. What does your partner do at work? She doesn't work.
He works in a lab.
Yeah. What's your partner's go-to they typo there, go-to social network? She doesn't really, well, if you count it, TikTok. Otherwise, she's on like Facebook a lot. More than Twitter, more than Instagram.
I would say Snapchat more than Facebook, but I guess TikTok is good. You literally don't use. I mean, unless you say Telegram.
But like, that's not really social
No.
media.
No.
So I really don't use
That's
social
fine.
media.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. What's your partner's favorite dessert?
This one we can write down on. Were you giving yourself points on those?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't.
It was 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I'm at 6. I think she's at 7.
Yes.
She got one of them and I didn't. Okay, what's your partner's favorite dessert?
I feel like I don't know what your favorite dessert is.
Yeah, you fiend. You should do better. I've got my answer.
Wait. Okay. Sorry.
Just
Okay.
taking her sweet
Ready?
time. Yep, let's go. What'd you put?
The strawberry cake with chocolate frosting.
I have my mom make me a strawberry cake or chocolate frosting every year for my birthday. I put lava cake.
You're right.
Chocolate lava cake. That was close enough. I'll give you that one. I
Okay.
just love cake. I like cake, and I also would have accepted milkshakes.
Oh, that's, yeah. Okay. This next one, what does your significant other like to do in their spare time? You play video games.
Yeah, and you I mean, you don't even have that much spare time these days.
Yeah, mostly I just play video games with you.
Mostly she plays video games with me and watches TikTok.
Yeah.
And she would tell you she likes to read, but she just hasn't read lately.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a point on that.
Yeah.
I'm at 8. What are you at, 9?
Yep. Okay, here we go.
Let's just find another quick round of
Yeah.
questions, another 10 questions. We can wrap it up. These are hard.
Oh, wait. Do we count the masquerade thing as a first date?
No, that's where we
Oh,
met.
okay. Because I remember you were wearing a blue shirt on that, I think.
I was. I don't remember what you were wearing.
This is a blue dress.
I would have said a black dress.
You would have not gotten it.
So busy looking into her eyes, I didn't see what color her
my
dress
God.
was. I was actually busy doing a cartwheel because she asked me to. She was like, "Can you do a cartwheel?" And I was like, "Yes." She goes, "Can you do it right now?"
And then he did.
Power move.
I swear I knew I loved you. Just kidding. But,
On site.
yeah.
Love it. First cartwheel.
Cartwheel? Yeah.
How about we each pick 3 from this list? We'll take turns. You can pick one and we'll answer it, and then I'll pick one and you can answer it. Because there's a lot of questions here.
If your spouse was a Disney character, who would they be?
Are we still writing them down?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. If you were a Disney character, who would you be? It's in the bag. I hope. It's also, I wonder if my opinion on who you would be is different than yours.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Look. We both picked Beauty and the Beast.
I put Gaston but good?
Gaston, but good. What are you talking about, Michaela? Gaston was a good guy.
No, stop.
He just believed women shouldn't read.
Stop. I feel like we both get the point.
Yeah. Gaston's opinion on books was truly what separated him and Bill. If Gaston was a bit more literate, I think they could have been happy together.
So true.
Okay, my turn. Let me pick one. Okay. If your spouse, or in this case, girlfriend, boyfriend, had a superpower, what would it be?
One power.
Yeah.
I have 2 that you could have, but I guess I'll put 1. I've said this before, so if you don't get it... Well, the other thing is that there's a lot that I like, but... Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Set, go. I put telekinesis/telepathy.
Not telepathy.
Well, it's one power, kind of. It's I know you would like to use the force and move things.
See, I
You
always...
verbally said that before.
Yeah, but I've also verbally said that I would really like to be a shapeshifter.
I almost said that one too, but I thought telekinesis might be a little higher up. And super strength is number 2. I'd like to be invincible first.
I didn't even think of that as a power.
That's close enough, though. I think we're both...
I guess we'll both just get
Yeah,
it.
these are powers that would be in our top 5 choices.
These are our number 2s.
Yeah, so we'll go with a point there.
Dude, why are so many of these, what color are your spouse's eyes? Who is out here getting married to people and not knowing what eye color they have?
Someone blind, Michaela. Ableist.
Stop. No, but that's when you see those Jimmy Kimmel or whatever things where they go out on the street and they're find families and they're oh, name one of your kids' friends, and the dad just doesn't know. Meanwhile, the mom's
true.
got a laundry list.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that reminds me. What was the name of the guy in the Harry Potter game who I was was this guy just going to stab me in the back? It was his name was literally Ominous Gaunt.
Oh, yeah?
I'm in
Stupid.
Slytherin house, and this guy's name is Ominous Gaunt, and he's just sitting in a corner. And I'm wow, what a villainous name. And I walked up and tried to talk to him, and he was blind. And I was oh. And then he was very nice to me. I felt a little bad. I'm oh, maybe he's not going to stab me. But if he does, it'll be all the more painful now.
I kind of like this. It's what would they say is your best feature. So you're answering I would say your best feature is. Oh. And I answer what you would say my best feature is.
Okay. What you would say your own best feature is?
No. What I would say your best feature is. And what you would say mine is. It's what would they say is your best feature.
Oh, okay, so I would write down what you think my best feature is. Okay.
Oh, I don't know what you think about that, though.
Better put something good.
I feel like you've said it before, and it always throws me off guard. We're going physical features, right?
No, just something about them.
Oh, okay.
I already have mine written down.
If we're not doing physical, then it's this. Okay.
But that she likes that I'm confident.
I said smart.
Yeah, I love that you're smart. It's one of my favorite parts about you.
Yeah. But what would it be if it was physical feature?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
See, for me, it would be your eyes.
Oh, you're just so lovely, Michaela. It's hard to pick one thing.
Mm-hmm. He actually hates me.
So true. Is confidence correct? Did we get...
No.
Heck. I was very confident in that answer, too.
It was the folio man. What would I don't think it's your confidence, though. I think it's...
She doesn't even know. She hates me.
No, it's because I love you so much. Too many things. I don't know if there's a word for it, but just how, like, supportive you are. And, like, strong and warm.
I'm like a rock.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, let's do one more and that'll be it. Oh. This is a good one, but the problem is I don't have an answer to it.
Who would play your spouse?
Who would play your spouse in a movie? I have literally no idea. I'm so bad with actors.
Yeah, that's true. He says everyone is Celine Dion.
No, those are musicians. Every musician is Celine Dion. I have, I don't know, my pool of actor names is very shallow.
Let us know who you think would play us in a movie.
The only two actresses with like dark hair that I can think of are Anna Kendrick and Kristen Stewart.
I think either of those could work.
Oh,
Anna
okay.
Kendrick, though, she's more of like a... She reminds me of a mouse.
She is a bit mousy and you are not.
She has very like skinny features, like her face, and I'm more rounded.
Yes, Kristen Stewart could play you, but she's too Twilight for you. Like, Kristen Stewart just kind of exists like this at all times.
If you maybe you could do like Emma Stone if she dyed her hair brown.
I have the vaguest idea of who that is. I know I've seen movies with her in it, but I just...
That's
She the one that plays Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, she literally is Gwen Stacy.
I have only ever seen those movies like once each, and they weren't very good.
Okay, well.
Oh, okay, now who would I play? Or who would play me?
See, all the people I can think of are too old to play you.
It's fine. Just pick one.
Like a younger, the Dempsey guy who's in like Grey's Anatomy, because he has similar features to you.
I've never seen Grey's Anatomy.
No, actually, you know who would play you? One of the Property Brothers.
But they're not even actors.
They could be. We'll get them on for the project.
I'm like, these beautiful actresses, and she's like, Property Brothers.
No, that's more, well, it's like half joking, but it's because my friends from college always call him Property Brother Mike, because one time we were all like tabling. This is my sorority sisters. We were tabling for something, and so one of my sisters was like, oh my god, he looks like a property brother.
Which is not an insult, but it is funny.
I'm trying to think. He looks like you in terms of features. I don't know. It would have to be someone who can grow a beard.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a lot of the guys I know that have dark hair and a beard, they don't have blue eyes like you, and they would have to have blue eyes unless they like did contacts, but it just wouldn't be authentic. I feel like they have to have authentic blue eyes.
So true.
I don't know enough male actors. I'm sorry.
I thought you would go for the low-hanging fruit and just say Henry Cavill because he's tall and has blue eyes and dark hair, and he grew a beard in one of the Mission Impossibles.
Yeah, he could do it.
And he likes Warhammer. Giga Chad Henry Cavill.
Yeah, we could have Henry Cavill be you. That'd be great, actually.
And I thought I was bad with actors. Okay, the one that we can actually do, and this will be the last one, is if your spouse were an animal, which would it be?
That one's too easy.
I just don't know what you would say for me.
I don't know what I would say for you, but I know what you would say for me.
Oh, but it's too easy of a question. Close enough.
Don't look at what I'm putting. If this is not what you say, I would be confused.
Show it to the camera.
I'm thinking now.
Jeez Louise.
You wouldn't pick something weird.
Can we get
Okay.
into the world of movies? I don't even know what she put.
I put wolf.
It's a good pick. I put cat.
Yeah.
Close enough. Yeah. The only other thing I might pick is like a polar bear or something.
Okay, because the other thing I was thinking of was a bear.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought polar bear though. I would have
Or
said
like a grizzly. Maybe not a polar bear because I don't want to go extinct.
Yeah, I was just thinking grizzly bear.
Yeah.
But I figure you look like werewolves and stuff, so.
Yes, and another one of my favorite animals is a crocodile, but who the hell wants to be a crocodile?
Oh my god. I wasn't even thinking about the crocodile thing.
Well, it was the wrong answer anyway. I don't want to. Although it might be enjoyable to just sit in the water and not move all day. Now, I think that'll about do it for the Real Breakfast Hours 5.
What did you get?
I have to give myself a point at the end here. I got 12. We got all the same ones right, except for you got the book one right and Gatsby was wrong for you.
All right. Unfortunately, the camera cut off again. But I would say that we basically got the same amount. I think we tied because either I could maybe give you the point for. I mean, I don't think I can give you the point, but you could take my point away.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Did you not read The Great Gatsby? You absolutely love Gatsby. I know you like the movie.
No, I read the book. It's a fantastic book. Well, okay, I guess it is one of my favorite books of all time. So I guess I'll give you the extra point. Even though the Hunger Games series is like my all-time favorite, but you gave me the Dragon book, so I'll give you.
And
Gatsby.
we even mentioned if it's something that would be in your top 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you count all the Hunger Games books as filling up your entire top 5, which would not be fair.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I think that was fun.
That was fun.
I like that we got more or less the same score, and we knew the same, and we knew answers to the same questions. It's not like I would answer one correctly and then she would answer the next one correctly or anything like that. We were pretty.
No, yeah,
even.
we knew it. I wish there was like a more concrete list of questions from the actual TV show, because some of those was like silly. And if you don't know your partner's eye color, I think you need to get on that. Just look in their eyes for like 1 second.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's
shocking.
pretty
How do you do
sad. If you get that wrong, why are you in a relationship?
Yeah, positively wacky. I don't understand how you could ever let it get that way.
Unless you are blind, or colorblind, then we won't give you a pass. But otherwise,
I wonder how colorblindness works on people's eyes. Like, it's not. Most people are red-green colorblind, right? Mm-hmm. So, but nobody's got red eyes.
They might have green and might not look exactly right.
Yeah, but you would still call them green.
I guess. I don't know. Anyways, that was fun. And obviously, if you have suggestions for what activity you'd like to see us do next week, let us know. Or if you have any questions, comments, if you want advice, and we will try and get to them.
Don't forget to send us your breakfast.
Don't forget to send us your breakfast. This has been Real Breakfast Hours 5. Like, subscribe,
Hit the bell.
comment, send us your breakfast.
And be sure to tune in next week for Real Breakfast Hours 6.
6.
2 hands.
Ooh, 2 hands. That's going to be fun. I just put up a 7. 6. Okay.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye. You want to say that again?
Penis inspection. I assume you're going to edit out some of the looking.
Yeah, that's fine.
I should try to hurry this up. I have to shit.
I'm not editing that out.
What the hell?